Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Steven. This is part 2 of the Mustang floor pan installation. So we'll see you in a bit. Thank you. Okay everyone, we're back. Here is the floor pan after fitting, removing, and cutting, slicing and dicing and all that wonderful stuff. Here it is here. You'll notice I've got some copper weld through primer here. You'll also notice I've got some various holes here for my plug welds. What I did is I actually fitted it inside the vehicle. I secured it down, put some weights on it, sort of thing. And then I used, again, up here, if you'll notice, you'll see all these holes for the plug welds. And I think they're 5/16, if I remember correctly. That's the size I drilled. So how did I know where these are supposed to be? I basically fitted in the pan into the vehicle. I got my silver Sharpie right here, and I just traced out where the frame rails were, and that's kind of how I located everything. All right. Again, you'll notice copper weld through primer on various spots. That's going to be uh, kind of sandwiched between the frame. You'll also notice again you got some other plug welds holds over here. These ones here, they don't have weld through primer on it because they'll be exposed. Those here are actually those are the ones I'm actually connecting to the running board, right? But apart from that, I did some cutting on the board. Let me just lift this up. Kind of difficult with one hand. All right, so this is the top side, I guess you could say. And you can see where I've cleaned up where I'm going to do all my plug welds and stuff like that, where it's going to the frame. Again, weld through primer along here, because this part here will be, oh, I got to clean that up. This part here will be pretty much sandwiched or not exposed. It'll be connected to the frame rail. What else do we got here? The little, I said recess the last time, the whatever. Anyways, this little section here, this is where the seat belt goes. And you'll actually see I cut it out of the original, and in there you'll see there's that. So that's spot welded on. I'll have to remove that and weld it on, or spot weld it back on, but I'll do that after the fact. I still have that. So pretty much ready to put it in and start fastening it down. The next time I'll bring this back, I'll show you how it looks inside the vehicle once I put it in, okay? So see you back in a bit. Oh, one thing I want to mention here, you'll notice I actually cut a portion of the pan out the top here. So there's that whole section I kind of cut right out, right? You'll see why when I get it into the floor. I'll show you why my thought process on that and why I did it. Okay. Okay, everybody, you can see that I've got it fitted in place. Right. What I've used is some self-tapping screws. Where are you? Right there. I've got some self-tapping screws I'm using to hold it down. I got in various spots. So what I figure I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this center rail here, right? The main front rail. I'll start doing the plug welds. Then I'll kind of work my way up and then start tacking just along the edges over here. That's what I kind of figured. Then I'll get in underneath the running board. I'm not going to record the welding. There's 100,000 stuff on welding out there. I will say a couple of things though, and again, this is very controversial. You'll notice again if I come in here, so you'll see right there. You can see the weld through primer there on that on the hole there for the plug weld. Now that's a copper weld through primer, so I should be able to strike an arc there. But what I kind of like to do is scratch it up a bit. You can actually use kind of a drill bit just to expose the metal so that it arcs a little better. Again, very controversial thing. I'm not going to open that can of worms. What's best, what's not. What is zinc better than copper? It's a whole debate there on the internet. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tack it all in. And then once I'm done, once I've done the tacking, I'm going to do what's called a cut and butt. on there. And the reason why I'm going to do a cut and butt on the joint is I just want to practice my butt welding, right? Especially when I get the quarters, I want to have a little bit of time under my belt. But that's about it. So the next time you guys see this, it should be tacked in pretty solid. Now, obviously, if there's some other spots here, you'll see there's a bit of a gap there. So I'll have to kind of, tap these things down, but it's a pretty tight fit all the way around, to be honest with you, right? And the other thing too, you want to make sure that it's also tight against any other type. Like this is the convertible. So there's a frame support down under the bottom here, which I've shown a few times already. I don't need to reiterate that. But that's it. So we'll see you in a bit. Okay, so we're back. You can see I got it all tacked in, spot welded, all that stuff, right? I got it underneath as well. Right over here, I'll deal with that stuff. That's part of the seat platform that goes in. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing, if I'm going to use the original seats, like the stock seats, or I'm going to put in something different where I'd have to change the platform out. So I'm going to leave that for a while anyways. I'll see what my budget is. I'm probably going to leave the original seats in. But anyways, everything's looking pretty good. Obviously, I got to grind it down. So now what I need to do is, as I mentioned before, I want to do a cut and butt routine. So you see, I've just basically just tacked these things in. It's kind of a lap joint there. So technically I should start off in the corner, but I kind of messed up over here. I made this round. I probably should have made it more square type of thing. But anyways, live and learn, right, folks? So the idea here is I'm going to go in with my cutoff wheel. Now this is a thin cutoff wheel. Let's see, I think it's a 3/64. If I'm correct, 3/64. So you want a nice thin cutoff wheel here. You don't want one of those big thick ones, right? Because you don't want to be filling the Grand Canyon, so to speak, with your weld. I'm going to come in on a 45, cut off that weld right there and the metal behind it. I'm going to try and hit this one here as well, but it's a little bit challenged because of that. So I'll hit that, and then at that point I'll push this in so both these metals, both these surfaces are flush with each other, and I put a tack right there, and then I'll go along and cut again. And then at that point, since this one is recessed in, when I cut, let's say this one here, it should automatically want to go in. If not, I'll give it a little bit of persuasion. And I just kind of repeat the process as I go along, right? So there's actually a good YouTube channel now. I'm probably going to mess up the pronunciation of this. It's Fritzy, I think it's Fritzy or Fitzy Fabrication. He's actually, I think, out of Nova Scotia, so he's another Canadian. I'll leave a link in the description. I actually, he does a lot of this cut and butt stuff. He's got some really excellent videos on it. So if you're a little new to it, if you want to learn about that stuff, it's actually really, really good. I learned a lot of it from those videos. So I'm going to pause this, and then I'm going to do a cut, and I'll come back and show you. This way I don't have to mess up my iPhone with the grinding stuff, right? So I'll be right back. Okay. All right, I was able to cut that out. Now, I don't know if you can pick this up on the camera or not, but I can push this in now, and it's flush. So I'll put a little spot there to hold it in, right? And again, some of this stuff's going to require a bit of dolly in and negotiating and whatnot. Let me just get my welder ready, get the mask going down. Okay. So that's down. That's pretty flush. I'm going to go over here, do the kind of same thing onto that spot. Oops. So now what I do is I have to cut this one out and come along here, and it should pull it in. That's pretty flush. Again, this is the reason why some of you may ask me, why am I doing butt welds on my floor pan? Why not just do an overlap? The reason for that, as I mentioned before, is I just want to practice my butt weld. So when I got onto the quarters, I got a bit of hours underneath my belt there, right? So I figured this is a great place to do it, right? So I'm going to basically continue on. I'm just going to work my way all the way around. Some of this is overlapped with spot welds. That's kind of like the factory. Sorry, wasn't. I'll do butt welds along here. This is an overlap with a spot that's like imitating the factory. Same thing down here, the spots. But basically all my butt joints will be all along there up to the front, and that's it. And that's all just overlap with spots imitating the factory, right? So I got to do all that. And that takes a bit of time, right? Like I said, look at that video I posted. No, sorry, not the video I posted. The link I posted in the description for Fritzy's. Again, apologize if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, but Fritzy's Fabrication. A lot of good stuff on there. That's it. So next time we come back, you should see all this all welded in. Okay, we're back, everybody. You can see I got it all welded in. I did all the cuts, and I've tacked it, so it's a lot more. You see a lot more tack, so that's kind of flush there for the most part. I got to do a little bit of repairs over here, kind of a little bit of butchery in here, but hey, live and learn, right, folks? So right now it's just a rinse and repeat, basically. I'm just going to try and close up the gaps, right? Go in, close up the gaps, massage it with the hammer or whatever. It's got to be straightened out. But just close up the gaps, and then once they're close enough, then I'll start dropping, I guess you call it dropping dimes. I'll start basically start tacking right beside where I left off, and then kind of close it, and just keep things cool with air and whatnot. So try not to warp the crap out of everything. But that's basically about it. The next time I'll show it to you, it'll be completely welded up. Maybe I'll have it even grounded down as well, right? So that's it. See you in a bit.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, no, this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, some losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man, they don't know shit.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient. shit, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant, I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing.
All right, so you can see it's all welded in now, right? Still got stuff again, like I said, to do on the seat platform, right? But I'll figure that out when I figure out the seat platform. But she's all welded in. So what I got to do now is I got to grind down these little plug welds, and I'm going to grind down all that weld as well. I'm not going to go too crazy. I'm not going to make it flush or anything. It's a floor pan, right? Folks, it's going to be covered by carpet and whatnot. So I'll grind it down a bit so it'll look good. So I'll grind it, clean it up, and I'll primer up. Oh, I still got to put in a thing for the seat belt over here. Again, very minute thing to do, but I'll figure out where that hole's supposed to be. Probably right where I left that fingerprint, and then tack that little piece in. Like I said, I'll grind it up. I'll put some primer on it, and then I'm on to the next thing. And I'll show you once I'm done. I will put seam sealer across the seals. I will put seam sealer across the seams, but I'll probably wait and do that a little bit later on down the road. I still got a lot of cleaning up here to do, but anyways, I'll show you it back once I'm finished grinding. I don't think you folks need to see me grinding, so it's not a lot of fun. Well, as we can see, the grinding's all done. I've grinded it all down, and I've primed it. I'm actually quite pleased with the way it turned out. Again, when I was grinding down, I just tried to grind down. Let me zoom in a bit better. Tried to grind down just the weld itself and not the metal on both sides, right? So I just tried to hit the top of it off, and I ground down a bit more than I was planning on because I figured, what the hell? But it's actually not bad, and that's where the seat platform goes. So pretty nice, pretty happy with this. That's it for this video. The next thing on here, as you know, you can still see I got some cleanup to do, but again, I'll wire wheel, I'll paint that much later on. Just want to get all the structural stuff done now. The next project here is you can see the big gaping hole there, the rear floor extension. That's completely shot. So I got to work on that. This side's good. I cleaned it up, and stay tuned for that one. So subscribe to the channel. If you found this, video entertaining, give it a like. All right. If you're interested in more stuff like this, subscribe to the channel, hit that alert button, and that's it. Thanks very much, everybody, and have a good one.